Hello, everyone. Welcome for another edition of PR Girls Do It Better. I am here with the beautiful Ronnika Ann, my former JSU classmate and queen,
Hey.
and now
Hey.
an amazing publicist. Y'all, when I say this young lady is just doing her thing here in the Atlanta area, listen, she is getting everything done in the PR industry. So if you're not following her, make sure that you follow her because, I mean, she's working with some amazing people. So, Renika, go ahead and introduce yourself and let people know who you are, some of the clients that you work with, some of the things that you've done, and then we're going to get started from there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ronnika Ann, and I'm actually from Biloxi, Mississippi. I went to school in Jackson. That's where I met Lindsay. And I moved to Atlanta for grad school. And after I finished my master's, I actually decided to just, start my business and do it for real. I've been through a lot, even though I know, oh, she's young, what can she have gone through? But, I've been through a lot business-wise. So when it comes to business tips and PR tips, it's not just things that I bark out. It's actually things that I practice currently. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you, Lindsay, so much for having me.
You're more than welcome. Super, super excited to talk to you and get some insight onto your entrepreneurial journey. But before we do that, I just realized that I forgot to introduce myself for those of you that do not know me. My name is Lindsay.
We don't talk about ourselves a lot. So I didn't even say my business name. It happens.
You're right.
Pitch ourselves.
Right. And because as publicists, we're so used to just being behind the scenes and letting our clients do their own thing. But anyway, my name is Lindsay Walker. I am a publicist by trade. I am the CEO and lead publicist of PR Mentality. We work with beauty, entertainment, and lifestyle brands to get them into the media. I also have a movement, which I am so excited about, called PR Girls Do It Better. It is for aspiring publicists and entrepreneurs in various industries, women in business who are looking to take their brands to the next level. We have a 3-day business summit coming up, which we'll get to later. But right now, it is all about Miss Ronnika Ann. So, Ronnika, tell us a little bit about, what inspired you, like what motivated you to get into the PR industry?
I actually went to school for journalism to do broadcast journalism. And once I graduated and, I was getting ready for grad school, I really realized that I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't want to have to speak all the time. If I did get in front of the camera, I wanted to be my option and not, an obligation. So I went on an internship at Howard University, and the PR internship was absolutely amazing. And I was like, oh my God, this is my calling. This is what I was called to do. Me running for Miss Jackson State, me running for Miss Junior, me running for Miss Biloxi High, like all the different things that I've won, all the different crowns that I've gotten was all about me campaigning myself. And I didn't even realize that I was being my own publicist throughout my tenure of high school and college. So of course, PR really just fell into my lap, and it just put everything together. My speaking skills, my writing skills, the fact that I can push someone, and I can also influence the audience and, properly communicate to the media. And with my journalism background, it just made sense. So with me getting my master's in marketing, I literally chose the career right in the middle of journalism and marketing. And it's just been amazing so far. My business is iGNPR. We're actually going into our 4th year. And I'm just in awe of how God has, thrown so many blessings on my business, and also a lot of tests and trials on my business. But he did that in order for me to grow. And now with my latest venture, PR for a Day, which is a consult service to teach people how to do their own public relations, that was just an idea that God gave me at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and now it's flourished to its own seminar series and even a book. So I'm just, thankful for where I am. I'm excited for where I'm about to go. And I'm just so thankful that I'm able to teach other people how to get to their destination because of my past.
Absolutely, and I was gonna say, I remember you being a broadcast journalism major, and so, we kind of both started our companies at the same time, and it has been amazing just to see your growth. Like, you are doing awesome. I'm so proud. So tell us about, you talked about you having trials and tribulations when it comes to entrepreneurship, and it's so funny because for people that follow me on Periscope, I've been talking about that lately because a lot of people think that being an entrepreneur is glamorous, and they don't realize that when you're full time and when you have to make a decision with clients and all of those things, like, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? And a lot of people don't understand that. So tell us about, just some of the things that you've learned from being an entrepreneur and some of the things that you've gone through.
Being an entrepreneur is all about control, self-control, financial control, even controlling your surroundings and where you put yourself. Being an entrepreneur is all about control. The moment you lose control, it's the moment you want to give up. It's the moment where you feel like you can't handle everything. And that's what I had to learn coming up this year. I've been self-employed for a year. I'll be a year July 5th. And the reason why I haven't been behind on any bills or behind on any payments, and I've been able to move to new places and get a new car and different things like that, is because I have financial control. It's not because I had the most money. It's because I understood the money that I had, and I used my creative skills to grow $1 into $2. So I didn't let my money control me. I didn't say, oh my God, this retainer is the only retainer I'm getting every month. No, what I did, I said, okay, this retainer is going to pay for X, Y, and Z, and the rest is going to go into savings. No matter how much or how less I make, I still pay myself a certain percentage, and I don't go over and I don't go under. And I really think financial control was my number one lesson that I had to learn. Another sense of control is just, focusing on your brand, controlling who you want your business to be targeted to. So I'm not for rappers. I'm not for hip hop artists. Although, I may be for a hip hop artist that has a nonprofit, because I handle lifestyle, nonprofits, faith-based, and small businesses. So if I was to represent an entertainer of some sort or someone on television, they have to have some type of lifestyle aspect to them for me to push through. So I control who I hire, or I control who's my client. I'm not going to just take every dollar that's dangling in front of my face, because all money isn't good money. So like I said, really the biggest thing that I've learned is how to control how to control the controllables. Because of course there's going to be uncontrollables like legal fees and different things with your trademark and different things like that. But that's why you have a safety net in your savings account, so you can fall back on that.
Absolutely. And I think that that's great advice, because a lot of people, they don't take that into consideration. Like, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to be a boss and I'm in control and I can hire and I can fire and, I'm going to have all the coins in the world. But they don't take into consideration that there's a lot of discipline involved when you are an entrepreneur. There are sometimes, like, I can't tell you how many family functions I've missed, how many things, I have just had to sacrifice because of this vision, of this dream, of this goal that I'm trying to reach within my business. And so I definitely think that it's important, and that those were some great points, especially about money control, because those that are moonlighting, trying to get out of their 9 to 5, it's going to take that discipline, because you're going to have to learn how to sustain yourself when you don't have that security net, or when you don't have, your particular job anymore. Yes. So, that's definitely key.
I actually talk about this in my PR book, Putting the PR Back in Entrepreneurship. I know the book was about PR, but I couldn't end the book without giving some type of inspiration and just some type of financial advice for that person that wants to quit their job. And another thing that you said, Lindsay, was about some things that you had to give up and miss out on. A lot of that has to do with, it really has to do with your friends that surround you. Sometimes your friends aren't going to be able to handle what you're going through, or even be able to support the journey that you're on. And that's okay. So don't bash somebody or don't say, oh, she's not my friend, I don't talk to her just because she doesn't share a post. Because honestly, everyone wasn't meant to understand the entrepreneur journey. Everyone wasn't meant to understand how you can quit your 9 to 5 and focus on your business. People don't understand that. If they did, everyone would be an entrepreneur. So what you got to do, you got to control your emotions and realize, yes, you know, my friends are not able to come to my events and do things like that. But how about I invite them over to dinner because I've been busy a lot? How about, you know, I send them a thank you card or a happy birthday card? You know, just because you're focused on your business doesn't mean everyone is going to be focused on that as well. So you have to realize that. And I just want to touch on that briefly because that's been something close to me. And so when you mentioned that, Lindsay, I had to let everyone know.
Yeah, yeah. And like I spoke at an event this past weekend, and that was one of the things that we touched on, is the fact that number one, everyone's not going to understand your journey. Number two, sometimes the journey of entrepreneurship can get lonely, you know, because people don't understand the vision. And then number three, like you said, you kind of have to make sure that people understand at the end of the day, even though I didn't make it to your birthday party or I didn't make it to your particular event, I'm still your friend, I'm still here. So how can I, you know, help you or show you that within reason? You know what I mean? So those are definitely great points as well. So tell us about some obstacles that you had to go through within your journey to entrepreneurship.
I think my biggest thing was changing my name. My name was Ingenious. IN, capital G, capital E, capital N, capital E, lowercase US. It was Ingenious spelled wrong. And I created the brand, I created the website. Everything was literally from my hands. I did not hire a designer. I didn't hire a graphic designer, a content marketer, any of that. I did all of that from the ground up. But when I put things out there and I trusted people without contracts and, you know, I didn't file the trademark, you know, and I didn't understand legals, something popped up about 2 years ago threatening the name of my business. And I literally just held on for as long as I could. So this year, I'll never forget, I got an email from my lawyer and he said, Ronnika, you need to decide if you want to continue to fight or if you want to let this go. And God said, Ronnika, let it go. I didn't want to let it go. I didn't want to change my brand. I didn't want to change my business name. That was something that I did. Why should I have to change something that only I can explain? No one knew why I named the company Ingenious until I, you know, explained why, you know? So for me to change my name to IGN was obedience, and it was a sign of growth, you know, because I'm very stubborn. So for me to, of course, when God said go, I'm going to go. So it was no option. I changed it that same day. But for me to have to go through that emotionally, I was really down. And it's okay to be down. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. But the following day or the next day after that, it's what you do that day. And it's all about getting up and continue to grow and go. So literally that same week, that's when I had the idea to do my seminar series for PR for a Day. And the first one was just June 11th. And it did amazing. And that just basically told me, because of my obedience to God, because of my dedication, people was not attached to the name Ingenious. People was attached to Ronnika. And as long as I was being genuine and being myself and being a publicist, they were going to follow me as well. And that basically told me that my foundation of my brand was built as strong as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, and I commend you on PR Girls for a Day. I'm sorry, I combined both of them. PR Girls for a Day. But PR for a day, it was an amazing experience. It was I was just so very, very like it was almost like a full circle moment because to see you in your element and to see the passion and the drive that you had, and just to hear Crystal and other amazing people that are in our industry just speak so highly of you and to have known you myself and then just see just how the crowd was and the attendees and all the participation, I was just like, wow, so I commend you on that. Yes, we're on Periscope and somebody said, I saw pics. Looks like it was an amazing event. It
Yes,
was.
follow on at PR for a day.
Yes, make sure you guys are following at PR for a day. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I was fortunate enough to be able to be a consultant for the workshop. So we just had an amazing, amazing time.
Yes,
Um,
it was.
and so yeah. So, what's next for you as far as PR for a day is concerned? What are some upcoming projects that you have going on?
So for PR for a day, we're pushing the book, putting the PR back in entrepreneurship. It's on my website, www.prforaday.net. You also can order on Amazon. I have hard copies and digital. Our next seminar is November 12th. We're choosing between DC or Miami to
Nice.
do the next event. It's looking like DC, but election is November 8th. So if things
Right.
don't go the way it should, then I will probably have to postpone it. But as of right now, we're going for November 12th. It's set in stone. Of course, my clients come first. So if I have, a campaign that pops up or anything like that, of course, IGN would have to be the priority. But as of right now, I'm PR for a day. The next seminar is November 12th. I was going to write a book for each seminar, but as of right now, I think I'm going to just write a book for every other seminar because people are still working on getting this book and it's circulating. And I'm just super excited. Now, one thing about PR for a day, you can schedule your own day. You don't have to pay for a seminar. You don't have to wait for a book to be released. We have different packages that are online. So if you're just starting out, we have a package for you. If you're like in mid-level, we have a package for you. And if you're an expert, we have a package for you as well. So just take a look at the website, prforaday.net. And just email me. I'm very personable. I don't want you guys to think you're going to get an assistant, although I have one or anything like that. You actually get me. One thing I wanted to do for PR for a day was make it personable because I am going to be the person that train you on how to be your own publicist. But for IGN, it's a whole nother ball game. You go through a consultation and you sign contracts and different things like that because you're making a commitment to have me grow your PR story. For IGN, we have a few events actually happening towards the end of the year. I'm the publicist for the Rice Awards, which is happening in Atlanta. And we're actually going to travel to the Dove Awards this year. We're preparing our clients for the Stellars. And we also have a gala, a domestic violence gala called Living Behind the Mask. That's also going to be in October. So all that is on our website. I have an amazing team that helps me keep up everything. It's plain as day on ignpr.com. And I post like crazy on Instagram. So whenever you guys may not know what's coming up, you can join my mailing list. You can visit my Instagram or my website.
Okay, awesome. And we had a question, Nicole. I didn't forget about you. They want to know about can you discuss the topics in your book?
I'm going to discuss the topics in my book. Okay, so the first topic is how to get out of the crowded room. How can you get out of the crowded room when everyone's yelling and screaming the same brand in the same industry that you have? So the best way to get out the crowded room is to find your individual voice. And I'm not talking about the sound. I'm talking about your brand's personality, your brand's voice. How does it speak on social media? How does it speak online? How does it speak when someone asks you a question? What are the things you say? Do you have a mission statement? Do you have certain colors? No, that's a part of your brand. Why do you have that color? Why is your logo the logo that it is? You have to understand your brand so it can form its own individuality, and that's how it will stick out. Ingenious is IGNPR. Everyone always asks me, what does IGN stand for? and it's in my mission statement. We are ingenious forever. We're always ingenious. That's in my mission statement. So you have to make sure that your brand describes who you are. Under my logo, it says public relations, events, and branding for that reason. So they won't know, oh no, she's not a marketing company. She's not a book company. No, she's a public relations company, and her logo says it plain as day. Another topic that I talk about is I actually give an example of how to write a press release and a media pitch. So the one thing that I think people don't understand how to do is how to communicate to the media. They're scared. When the media is just a regular person, just like you and I, they want to find the next big thing. They want to write about the next big story, but we have to get their attention, whether via email or over the phone, if you can't, if you don't know them personally. So I actually have examples of how to pitch. I have examples of how press releases that I've used in the past that will actually teach you how to write a press release or a media pitch from top to bottom. So go get the book, you guys. I 100% know that you're not going to be disappointed at all for purchasing the book. The digital book is $19.99.
Okay, awesome. Nicole or someone else, did you have any other questions? Okay, awesome. She said thanks a bunch. Sound love. I can't get it out. Thanks a bunch. Sounds like good info. She's gonna have the book. Yeah, and you guys know that, of course, Ronnika is one of the speakers for PR Girls Do It Better Weekend, which is going to be, again, August 5th through the 7th here in Atlanta. So you definitely want to come out. She'll be facilitating a part of our workshop. And so you can get your tickets at prgirlsdoitbetterweekend.com. And I wanted to actually offer something to the PR for a day, because right now we have our early access tickets at $90 for the entire weekend. That includes the brunch, that includes the workshop, that includes the panel, like everything, and it ends on June 25th. But if anyone from PR for a day is interested in attending, they can still get in at that rate. So all they would have to do is just email me, and then they can get in at that rate. And so, because I know we're kind of going to wrap up, if anyone didn't have any other questions, but tell us too, like, how hard is it to juggle, because you work, well, you have a team, of course, but even still, you have a, amazing business, you have PR for a day, you have a relationship, you have so many things going on. You just came out with a new book. So how hard is it to juggle all of these things? Like, what's a typical day like for you?
A typical day for me. Can you hear me, Lindsay?
I can hear you, but I just couldn't.
Frozen. But I can keep speaking. A typical day for me is, PR changes all the time. But I think the one thing that I do that has been so effective is on Sunday evenings, I plan. I try to, PR is not as predictable as we may want it to be sometimes, but I do plan as much as I can throughout the week. So what day am I going to work for PR for a day? My team, they meet in the office. So now it's easier for me to speak to my team. They don't meet every day, but they come at least 3 times a week. So I can see what they're working on. I can be here and kind of train them if I hear them pitching the wrong way. But for me, it's really about control, like I said, and I control my time. If I can't go somewhere, I just can't go somewhere. If I can't go to dinner, I just can't go to dinner. I know one thing that I've started doing is just preparing my dinner before the actual time, putting food in the crock pot and different things like that. And one of the things that I really did start doing is in the morning, I would meditate and I would pray. So I'll wake up like 30 minutes before I'm supposed to.
You're back. So just 1 second. But for those of you that are watching live, thank you so very much. Yeah, I know. We're going to try to get it back in a second. But for those of you that are watching via Google Hangout, thank you so very much. Appreciate you for tuning in. Give us 1 second. And for those of you that are on Periscope, we appreciate you for tuning in as well. I'm actually going to hop off scope so I can figure out what happened with Ronnika. And for those of you that are joining us live, please stand by and we will get this taken care of as soon as possible. Technological difficulties. Hey, what happened? That's weird. No, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't stop the broadcast though, so it's actually recording me on the phone. But yeah, just get back on. Okay. Okay. No, they can't hear you. Oh, awesome. Shout out to Gamma. Oh, you're gonna try to do it from your phone? Hey everyone that's just now watching live, because I saw we had a couple of people come in. Give us 1 second. We're still waiting on Ronnika to come back on. She had technical difficulties, so she should be on shortly. I just wanted to make a note of that because I see you guys. And thank you again so much. Again, Ronnika will be one of our speakers for PR Girls Do It Better. It's for current aspiring entrepreneurs, future publicists. So we're going to be talking about public relations, marketing, branding, how to build an amazing brand utilizing social media, marketing tips, and more. And so you can find out about that at www.prgirlsdoitbetterweekend.com. 1 second for Ronnika to come back on. She should be on very, very shortly. Thank you guys so much for your patience and your support. We both definitely appreciate it. I don't know how professional I am on the phone live on Google Hangout, but okay. What'd you say? Oh, yeah, hold on. 1 second again, you guys. I'm just sending Ronnika, resending her the invite. iGNPR. Okay, hold on. Again, thank you for those of you that are viewing. We are trying to handle our technical difficulties, and we will be back with you shortly. I just had to send Ronnika the invitation to the Hangout. So bear with us, please, and thank you. Did you get it? Oh, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. I think at this point they just want to, be able to hear from you, and then we're still going to share the. Okay, there you go. Hold on, let me. You muted yourself. It's not letting you unmute. It's no problem. Okay, so we are back on. Let me hop on to Periscope again. Hold on, cancel.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
I do not remember. I don't remember. One second, I'm loading this Periscope. Okay, everyone. So we are back with Ronnika Ann from iGNPR. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but you guys are more than welcome to continue joining us. Hey, everybody. I am on Google Hangout as well as Periscope. Hi, Jamila. Thank you so much for joining. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that are just tuning in on Periscope, and thank you so much for those of you that are showing your patience on Google Hangout. So we're going to continue the conversation with Ronnika. I think that, oh, I do remember now. So we were talking about the fact that you have a team and the fact that it's all about you being able to control your time, control your day, because I'd asked, how do you balance everything out? So that is what we were talking about. So if you are just joining us on Periscope, please let me know if you have any branding or PR questions. Ronnika is a jewel and a gem to have at your fingertips. So if you've been wondering how to get your small business off the ground, if you've been wondering how to market, how to continue to build your brand, if you've been struggling with some things, now is definitely the time to ask questions about public relations and how it can help your business, or about branding and how it can help your business as well. Because like I said, she is definitely, definitely one of the best and a true expert in the PR industry. So make sure you guys ask away.
I think the last point that I said, I was talking about how you have to speak positivity. So although it may be a lot of things that you may have to do that day, you may have some obstacles that may come up, there's power in the tongue. So when you wake up in the morning, just wake up about 30 minutes earlier just to meditate and pray, speak positivity over that day. And I can be technical, I can be strategic, I can, say what's in the book, but I also have to say what's in my heart. And, from the foundation of my religion. And that is that God will provide. God will let you know, or God will block anything that may defeat you. So you just got to believe that for yourself.
Amen. Amen. I am a firm believer of affirmations. Could she give her best tip to effectively brand your business?
The best way to effectively brand your business is to, one, you have to invest in your brand. If you're not a graphic designer, if you're not really detail oriented, you maybe have someone else create your brand, because the one thing you want to do is be consistent. Branding is all about consistency. If you're going to post at a certain time, if you're going to talk back to your clients, if you're going to use a certain hashtag, if you're going to have a certain Twitter name or Instagram name or Facebook name, it should be the same all the way across the board. So it's really all about consistency. That's like the key point. So if you're not consistent, if you're not, detail oriented, if you're not patient or anything like that, creating a brand is very tough for you.
Okay, and someone else asked, how about advice for getting other people to invest in your business?
Advice to get other people to invest in.
Yeah, like to get investors, yeah, or sponsors.
So the thing about it is, I never had experience with investors, so I can't give advice on that. I would do as much research as possible if someone did approach me and they wanted to invest in their business. I think the number one thing, like I said at the beginning, is financial control. So you can, if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to be an entrepreneur, let me explain the difference between an entrepreneur and a small business owner first. A small business owner is someone that owns one company. An entrepreneur is one that can own multiple companies, and they know how to turn $1 into $10. So if you're if you have that creative gene, if you have that motivation, if you have that hustle, if you have that drive, you should be able to save money. You should be able to know how to put $10 aside a week or $250 aside a month so you can eventually invest. Now, the one thing that's not going to happen is if you're just talking it and if you're just thinking it. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to get any money. You're not going to grow your business. You're not going to do any of it. You're just going to be, you have to execute. Write it down. Make a plan. Stop making excuses so you don't have enough money. You won't believe where I am. And I still don't have as much money as I want now, but I still control my money, control what I invest in my business. I do still invest in my business. I control what I pay. I prioritize the things that I need, things that I don't need, and I save money and I get. And you can do that. You're just like me. You're just like Lindsay. You have an idea that you want to implement, but you have to get up and do it. And invest in yourself. If you don't know how to write this, if you don't know how to brand your business, there's PR for dummies, marketing for dummies. The books that you had in your college, you can see someone has a
Thank you, Nyla.
Someone have a PR book. I got my master's, I think, 2004, and I still look inside of my marketing and my financial book for advice. It's there. All the information you need is there. It's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would also venture to say that when it comes to getting other people to invest in your business, you need to have some form of collateral. And what I mean when I say that is brand collateral, right? So when you hire a publicist to assist you with a campaign, with marketing, with media placements, that's a part of your brand credibility. That's a part of your brand collateral. People want to see the numbers. They want to see who's interested in you, right? They want to see Well, if you want me to invest in your business, what does the target audience look like of what you want me to invest in? How are they receiving you? And so you use things like your media kit, like, let's say your publicist booked you on ABC, Fox, CBS this morning, right? You use those things as brand credibility. You put them inside of a document, and then you reach out and say, hey, let's talk about collaborating first. Let me build a relationship with you first, and then it can turn into, okay, well, how can we work together as far as you investing in my company, and it be a mutually beneficial win-win relationship, right? Because we both know, right, give more, get more. We all know, rather I say we both, but we all know that business has to be win-win, right? So when you're presenting something, whether it's investors, whether it's partnership, whether it's collaboration, you have to bring something to the table just like you're expecting that person to bring something to the table, right? So, oh, thank you, Nyla. So, I
Okay,
just
it's, it's not just money. Investors are people that support your brand, people that like your brand. So just growing your brand and creating your voice will get you an audience that, and they're investing time. They're investing their time, commenting on your post, liking your post, in your website, and then eventually the people that invest in their brand will become customers. So, but people always think of money, that they need money to grow a brand. You don't necessarily need that. All you need is a Wi-Fi and the
yeah,
ability to get up and do it. And you can do it. It's so many free things out there. Microsoft Word is free. Google Docs is free. PowerPoint is free. I created my logo through PowerPoint. I created my website through Wibbly, and it only cost $30 something. So you can do it. Just gotta take time. If you want these free things that's out there, you have to take the time to develop them, to develop your brand, to develop your skills, to develop everything that you need to have a productive company.
absolutely. If you do not have the financial resources, then that means that you have all of the time in the world to grow your business and work on your craft until you have resources to hire someone to help you. Does anyone have any other questions for Ronnika at this time? Any questions? Again, because I know that some of you have just hopped on to Periscope, but if you guys have, you're more than welcome. If you guys don't know, Ronnika will be one of our guest speakers for our workshop on August 6th, and it's for PR Girls Do It Better Weekend, which is August 5th through the 7th here in Atlanta, Georgia. So you guys can be sure to get your tickets. Also, you can make sure to purchase Ronika's book. It's out available on Amazon. And make sure that you're following her on social media. Tell them your social media handles.
So my company, iGNPR,
iGNPR.
IGN name on Twitter, Instagram, and then PRA is literally PRFORADAY. Day. It's the same on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And my personal is RNKAA, and it's the same on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Website same all the way through. RonikaAnn.com, ignpr.com, and PR.net. All the for my is on the website. You go to PR for a day is there. If you go to ignpr.com is there. I post on Twitter and social media stuff. Follow me. Definitely can find everything that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we want to thank you again for being a part of this Hangout / Periscope. I definitely appreciate the wisdom and the gems that you dropped. It definitely was inspiring and empowering, and I hope that you guys got as much out of it as I did. So I will see you soon, and I hope to see you guys at PR Girls Do a Better Weekend. If you're not not following me on Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram, I am at Lynn, that's LYNNPR Mentality on Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope. And then you're welcome, Nicole. Thank you. And then you can check out my website, Lynn PR Mentality, for the public relations aspect. And then for PR Girls Do It Better Weekend, you can check out that website. And we also have an Instagram page. So we are going to hop off, but we definitely appreciate you guys for your patience. And also, I am going to hop back on Periscope because I think that I'm feeling quite generous today. So who knows what that's going to look like. So make sure you guys tune in to my Periscope here in just a bit. So I'm logging off Periscope. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.